Hello and welcome back to Curb Stomp City and another episode of ECW Lives. So we are back and we see from Rob Van Dam, he's given us an opinion. CM Punk is money, strap a rocket to the kid. So Rob Van Dam thinks CM Punk is the future, and I'm sure a lot of us would agree with him. We can officially confirm the signings of Baloo McGillicuddy and Tammy Stitch and Dean Hill after one show. See you later. We'll just quickly look at the product while we're here. We're getting a vocal fan base. We're equally rated on performance and popularity. We're expected to have gimmicks. We need at least one match per show with Wild Brawl, Car Crash, or Mayhem on it. So yeah, for every one attractive female per 20 males that appear on the show. Respond well to high-risk matches, put off by low-risk matches. And we're going to find getting sponsorship extremely tough. We've lost 9,000 so far this month. So hopefully the end of the month we make a decent profit. We're going to have to see. I'm just going to get straight to the next show now. So long, Rob. Right, so before the show we've got some backstage incidents. And New Jack turned up wasted on hard drugs and had to be sent home for the second week in a row, New Jack. You're getting fired, mate. New Jack has improved his behaviour. Well, it's too late. You've gone. Okay, so New Jack is gone. Sandman apparently fired. I'll just leave that. Kid Cash and Joel Gertner had Kid Cash spreading rumours. I'm going to warn him. He's improved his behaviour as a result and is pleased at the action. That's great. It's Tammy Stitch, who have just signed, is an extremely negative influence. The Blue Meanie is as well. So is Sandman and Kid Cash. I'm going to try this. What's this? You allow anyone who is unhappy to make their complaints public. This relieves some of the tension. You assert your authority by saying who isn't unhappy. Okay, we're going to do that. The downside is that all the releases are instant and you have to pay the costs. Okay, we're going to do that. If you don't want to be here, go. Nobody chose to walk out. That's good. Okay, so I've booked the show, but I'm just going to try something. You can hire local workers. So we're going to give Matt Seidel, who's also known as Evan Bourne, a chance. He's only 17. He's 496th in the world on the power 500. So it's not bad for a 17-year-old. So we're going to give him a match on the pre-show. Just job him out to someone and see how he does. So now we go to the pre-show where AJ Styles defeats Matt Seidel in a D-, which isn't bad at all. No improvements to note. The aim of the match was a high spots match and AJ to win. And then we go to Tammy Stitch interviewing Tommy Dreamer and Spike Dudley, the Lucid Dreamers, backstage. And Tammy Stitch manages to get a few words with Dreamer and Spike about their upcoming match. Both of them promise to win. They will be taking on Punk and Colt tonight. It was based on Punk and Colt's overness as well, so I think that's what's held it down so much. It's not too bad, because it will definitely improve their reputation. So yeah, E+ should be more than their reputation in the world, so it should go up. And Tammy Stitch debuted her Girl Next Door gimmick and got a rating of below average. Then we go to the match where Tommy Dreamer pins CM Punk following a pile driver. Dreamer got a 58. Dudley got a 43. Punk actually got more than Spike Dudley with a 45, and Colt Cabana only got a 38. And it was set as a wild brawl, and Tommy Dreamer to be the victor. Got a D+, 49. Then Dawn Marie is backstage holding a copy of the next edition of the company's magazine, in which she is on the cover of. She talks about how steamy the pictures are and recommends that everyone buys it. So that was a preset angle. Obviously, as we've discussed, we need to get women on the show, so there we go. And 42 and a D rating. I'm thinking of adding a women's division soon. I have to look at the talent pool, really, see what's about. Then we go to D+. In a bout that had decent wrestling, but didn't have much in the way of heat. Jerry Lynn defeats Super Crazy by submission after a cross arm breaker. So we're really pushing that cross arm breaker now. They have pretty good chemistry, which is good to see. And it was a high spots match also. Then we go to a promo where Paul Heyman announces to the audience that a big event will be happening soon. And then he goes down a list of the stars that will be there, and no one wants to miss it. I got a C60. So the big event, of course, is Guilty as Charged, which will be at the end of the month. We go to the main event, which is a C-. Sandman loses by pinfall after a pile driver by Rhino. So Rhino is the champion and he's being booked extremely strong. And Rhino carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Sandman was the weak link. And there the performance is 68 for Rhino, 42 for Sandman. And Just Incredible gets a 52. I'm thinking of releasing Sandman. He keeps getting drunk. And he's holding it down. So, yeah, C-. Then after the match, Rhino celebrates with a D+. This got a C-, which will increase our popularity in 9 regions and lost our popularity in 1. So yeah, it could be a lot worse. Rhino's top, followed by Just Incredible, Jerry Lynn, Spike Dudley, and Sandman. And the next big things are John Cena, Little Guido, Tony Mamaluke, and Colt Cabana. Hot prospects: John Cena, CM Punk, Little Guido, Chris Hero, and Colt Cabana. Talk the talk is Paul Heyman, John Cena, Sinister Minister, Rhino, and CM Punk. Showstoppers are Tajiri, AJ Styles, CM Punk, Little Guido, and Kid Cash. Ring generals: Jerry Lynn, Tommy Dreamer, Tajiri, Little Guido, and AJ Styles. Who's hot is Rhino, of course. He's been on a winning streak. Tommy Dreamer and Spike Dudley, the Lucid Dreamers, are in here. Jerry Lynn after a few wins, and Tajiri is up there too. Who's not is the Sandman, Colt Cabana, Tony Mamaluke, Super Crazy, and Kid Cash. Time Decline, luckily there's no one on there. Got some hidden gems as well. Ernest Miller, Ken Anderson, Chris Candido, Michelle Starr, and Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick could be one for the future. Looking at him now, strong. He's 335 on the power, 500. He's definitely someone I'm going to look to bring in now. Maybe Ken Anderson. He's got average in-ring performance, so we're going to leave him. Ernest the Cat Miller, 36, so we're going to leave him. Michelle Starr, 33, not good in the ring. Chris Candido, 28, C. Brawling, not too bad at all. He's dating Tammy Sitch, who we've got. She could be his manager. So yeah, we'll do that. We're going to bring him in for a month. See how he does. So Chris Candido, who has finally signed. He turned up so high on drugs that he had to be sent home. So we're going to fine him. So on his first day, he turns up high, and that's not a good sign. Tammy Sitch has gotten a lot of heat with the rest of the locker room for her selfish behaviour. I'm just going to give her a slap on the wrist. As she's improved her behaviour from this action. I'm pleased at this action. CM Punk was brought before Wrestlers Court, accused of forgetting to shake another worker's hand when entering the locker room. The judge, Paul Heyman, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for everyone after the show. So that'll be CM Punk drinking Pepsi after the show. I've also found out that you can only book a broadcaster from one region once. So I can't have 3 American pay-per-view providers hold the show. So I've had to just go with one of them, which is Bresnan. Just before we run the show, I'm just going to show you that we are now minus £20,000 in debt. Hopefully we gain money from the pay-per-view and get out of the debt. Until then, Paul Heyman has said that he's going to work for free. So that's good. And yeah, we're just going to run the show now. So we open with Paul Heyman stating that tonight there's going to be a tag tournament that will crown the new ECW Tag Team Champions. This angle got the show off to a strong start, and there's nothing else to note really. The angle got the crowd hotter, and this got a C-, which is good. Then we go to the first qualifier for the tag team title match, and in a terrible bout that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd, Punk and Colt defeated the FBI in 6 minutes 32 when CM Punk defeated Little Guido by submission with a arm triangle choke. They all got around 30s in this one. I was expecting better from Punk and Colt, but they are still quite young. Lifting the crowd didn't really achieve much as they were already pretty hot, which is something to note for the future. The notes for this one are lift the crowd, CM Punk be victor, decisive finish, and to end by submission. So this will be a great win for CM Punk and Colt, and it should boost them up the card. Then we go to the second qualifying match, and in a bout that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd again. Lucid Dreamers defeated Christian York and Joey Matthews in 10 minutes when Tommy Dreamer defeated Christian York by pinfall with a pile driver. The standouts for the match was Spike and Tommy Dreamer, and they are also now managed by Baloo McGillicuddy, and so that's Tommy Dreamer's wife. So now she's at ringside with them for their matches. Joey Matthews and Christian York are improving in performance skills. This got a D-40. Then we go to a backstage promo with Punk talking about their title match tonight against the Lucid Dreamers. Colt Cabana is getting better at his gimmick, and the announcing quality lifted the segment. And there's nothing else to note on that one. So that's D-37, so that's a really good promo, especially for someone so young. Then we go to the tag team title match, and in a bout with subpar wrestling and a little heat, Lucid Dreamers defeated Punk and Colt in 10 minutes when Spike Dudley defeated Colt Cabana by pinfall with an acid drop. So now we have new tag team champions, Lucid Dreamers. And in terms of individual ratings, 38 for Colt, 38 for Punk, 44 for Spike, 45 for Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer was held back by the chaotic nature of the match, and Colt is still getting better at his gimmick. CM Punk is improving in performance skills, and Colt is improving in rumble skills. I set Mayhem for this match because we need them in the show to please the crowd. And Spike in this one got the victory as Tommy Dreamer got the pin in the qualifier. And I made Colt Cabana lose and I kept CM Punk strong. So yeah, D-37 for that one. Then we go to about that had subpar wrestling, non-existent crowd. AJ Styles defeated Kid Cash and Super Crazy in 15 minutes when AJ Styles defeated Super Crazy after the Styles Clash. And the best person in this match was AJ Styles, so that's really good to see. He's actually classed as mid-carder at the minute. Hopefully he goes up to upper mid very soon. I made this a high spots match, so I made sure I used people that were good in the air. And this got a D-39. Then we go to the match just before the main event. The ratings aren't brilliant in this. I was expecting at least C's in some of them. But still, in a bout that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Just Incredible defeated Sandman in 14 minutes 48 by pinfall. So this was just a random match just to calm the crowd before the main event. Just Incredible gets the win, and I think Sandman's going to be released after this show, so this will be his way out, and he's losing on his way out. So yeah, D-40, not great at all. it soon became pretty clear that Sandman was drunk. It really affected his performance. So yeah, again, Sandman is definitely going to be fired. And then we go into a world title match. And after 20 minutes 20, Rhino defeated Jerry Lynn with a pile driver and makes defense number 2 of his ECW World Heavyweight title. So it's got a D plus 52. I don't know. Hopefully we meet the expectations of the pay-per-view provider. Rhino was tiring in the match. And this was designed to steal this show. And that could be why he was tiring. So yeah, D plus 52. And we end with a D plus, which is alright. CM Punk was slightly overused. Colt Cabana was slightly overused. The show increased our popularity in one region. This show lost its popularity in 2 regions. So I'm thinking we're going to drop down to regional pretty soon. So yeah, that's going to make us have a smaller roster, which is kind of good for our finances while we build that up. So I'm not too down about dropping in size for now. But yeah, D plus 48 overall. It could be worse. So we're going to give some encouragement to Colt. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. CM Punk, Colt. And then we're going to praise for a great performance AJ Styles. And we'll make that speech pleased, pleased, and pleased. Chris Candido returns. Just incredible. Is unhappy that the Sandman was clearly drunk during his match, which is understandable, of course. And the buy rate was 0.12, which is okay. And look, we're up back into £60,000 now. We've got a lot of people with morale issues, which is a problem. I'm just going to auto push. Let's just see where everyone is. Punk is now mid-carder, so is Colt, which is great. So the crowd should be happy about seeing them more in the next few shows. AJ Styles is now upper mid-card. And we're going to release the Sandman after this next show, maybe. I'm not going to have him on the show, but we just need to look for someone to replace him before we do actually fire him. Bryan Danielson. So he's strong. 117 in the world. Let's see how much he's asking for. 500. Let's try and get him down to 400, which is what Punk's on. And these are the guys that ECW probably would have signed had they have stayed on, so that's pretty cool. He doesn't want to sign more than 9 months. I've had that before with Zack Sabre Jr., and he only accepts 3 months deals, so we're just going to offer him a 3 months just to be sure. So yeah, there we go. We're going to release Sandman after the next show once Bryan Danielson signs. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Be sure to join us next time, where we should be confirming the signing of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. But until then, like the video and subscribe for more TEW 2016 and general wrestling content. And until next time, peace.